Good morning from Colorado or wherever and whenever you are. So yeah, I found this dress for like $5 and it had little holes in it. So I put some applique on. Got all fancy. You know, why not repurpose things instead of buy new things that you're going to wear once and then, put the kids back in the factories with their little 7-year-old fingers to make your haute couture. I don't think so. So I'm happy with my little purchase / project. And it's like the kind of thing you iron on and then you sew the edges. So it only took me 20 minutes. Of course, I spent more on the appliques than I did on the dress, but that's okay. Foolish spender that I am. I think I do okay with the means I have. All right, so what are we going to talk about today besides thrifting and uplifting and shifting and gifting? So what I'm going to gift you with today, some claw pearls of wisdom. I did cave and color my hair, and I'll still have that little gray patch in like a week. It doesn't, those of you who know, you can color it and then it still, it fades quickly. So I thought I would go with like a coppery kind of reddish tone, channeling my inner Lucille Ball. No, it's not quite that red. It's more auburn. So, well, I really don't have much to say today other than, credit your sources of inspiration, collab with people on the up and up, and don't steal content. Don't use people for poetry, song, lyrics, art, unless you're openly acknowledging them. It's a pet peeve of mine. It's been happening to me for years and years and years. People taking and hijacking my work and cutting me out of the loop. It's not a great feeling. It's actually a pretty shitty feeling. So I like to be a conscious collaborator and co-creator. And if you're not offering that, I'm kind of not interested. Shuffle it. Even if you're well-meaning, I'm like, nobody wants to be a muse. Like I tell you, it's not fun. And the retirement package sucks. These other people get rich on profit from your essence, vibe, and energy, or what, their projections onto you. There's, putting you on pedestals and don't put me on a pedestal. That's boring and lonely. Pedestals are for statues, not for people. So anyway, I get my little earrings though. I love these so much. I bought these from an indigenous lady, the side of a gorge, and she said she did this cool stuff with blowtorch, a little tiny blowtorch. I'm imagining the ones they use for creme brulee, And then she cooled it, and if she cooled it out when it was snowing out in New Mexico, they went a little more that coppery patina, that greenish blue. But I really liked these. I thought they were those pretty golden and coppery colors. They were special. And this one I got in Peru. I had my shaman traipsing all over the planet with me to look for this. I was like, I really want one of those woven necklaces. I want one that kind of looks like the earth. And we found the perfect one. And he was such a good sport and indulged me. He became like a brother to me, like a little brother. Yeah, so I just used the phrase my shaman. That sounds so elitist and white privilege, but what else do you call him? His name was Patchy. His name is Patchy. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he every now and then will check in and tell me he had a dream that I showed up or something in his dream. So that's interesting. All right, you guys, I really don't have much to say. I'm going out to lunch with a friend today, and then tomorrow I'm taking a little painting class locally, and I'm excited for that. And yeah, just find your way to health, wealth, prosperity, happiness, whatever that version is for you. Not the kind of wealth where you become a complete fucking asshole. I mean, come on, let's be real. I don't want to be prejudiced against all people with money. I've just not had great dealings with most people with money myself. They have abused their power and their privilege. They've abused their platform and their visibility. They've abused the airwaves. They've abused and exploited my work. So why would I? Why would I feel good about that group of people? I do try to take people case by case, but when you've been gang stalked by some of the high level elites who pretend you don't exist but steal your work and cut you out of the loop, it's fucking shitty. That's low vibe, slimy crap, grooming. Ugh, it's just gross. I'd much rather be blooming and zooming and flourishing and nourishing than playing those bullshit games. So yeah, not everyone who has money is a jerk, but a lot of the people who do are wicked bad jerks, and they don't do good things with it, and I would do better things with it, but I'm not really striving. I'm more into thriving right now, which has nothing to do with money at the end of the day. In fact, you're probably better off going to the thrift store and getting your $5 dress and your $20 appliques and your $10 necklace from Peru. Well, this might have been more like $20 or $30. Let's face it, this is high end. It's pretty. I actually really think the craftsmanship on this is stunning. I love it so much. It's my memento of my pilgrimage to, I don't think I got this near Machu Picchu, but we were, that was one of the highlights of the trip, was Machu Picchu. And let's see what else has to be flushed out of the brainsicle today. I don't know. I'm just distracted. But I'm looking forward to lunch. I have this option with some clients where I call it a chat and chew. And I channel, chat and chew and channel. And then, they pay for my lunch and a little bit extra, and it's fun, actually. And then I have a walk and talk, which is always fun. Those are good to do, walk and talk. I've done sessions by my favorite tree. I've done sessions in people's backyards where they're playing the Grateful Dead at summertime barbecues, and I get to do dips in the pool in between readings. So I have a very flexible job. It can be done anywhere from, as long as I have an internet connection, I can be calling my Brazilian clients or my, whoever from wherever. So if you want to book a session, people are like, what kind of readings do you do? I'm like, sit in the chair and find out. That's when I'm at the shop or I do some. And I also very, very humbly say life-changing ones. Book me and find out. And, but I do have a lot of testimonials and a lot of word of mouth, which has been mostly my marketing, which has been wonderful. It sustained me when other avenues were not open. Other doors were slammed in my face, frankly. And the carrot was dangled and then yanked away and then dangled and then yanked away. Like, it's old. It's like, no, forget it. Not even interested anymore whatsoever in that life or that game or that vibe or that way of being. Not that I ever was, but I did get caught up in it and fall for it for a while because I was naive and wanted to believe the best in people. But when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Right, Maya Angelou? I sometimes just try to show you my wacky sides, my fun, my crazy. Everybody calls me crazy. I'm like, am I crazy or am I just more outspoken and more honest than most people? Like, does that make you crazy or does that make you real? That's just my thought on calling women crazy. I think it's outdated. I think it's a way to Yoko Ono a woman and shut her up and stick her in the corner because she doesn't want to appear crazy. I don't fucking care anymore. I embrace my crazy, fly my freak flag proudly, and I have fun with it. So I really feel like when men call women crazy, it's a diminishing thing. I don't know if they mean it that way or sometimes they think they're being flattering. My dad used to say, oh, that one, she's a hot ticket, or she's, people would say full of beans, or they would say a pistol, or they would say, a riot, and say that she's a riot. So, okay, those are all fine words. More fun than crazy when you've been locked up for crazy and had zaps to your brain for crazy and taken pills for crazy and been on TV shows talking about you're crazy. So, I guess it's just a word that it's losing its trigger finally, but when you get put in enough songs, poems, or stories, or products, or shows, or whatever, where that's the theme is the crazy woman, you kind of go, that's limited. That's a limited way to look at women. We're multidimensional. We're awesome. We're unpredictable, sure. We get the hormones and the modes, people. And we've got oppression. We're fighting against millennia of oppression and being held under someone's boot. People who are like the backlash against feminism now, You wouldn't be able to own property or get a divorce without feminism. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater on that one. Yes, I understand that a lot of people are not pro-divorce, and you try everything in your power to avoid divorce. But, cheating and beating and lying and porn addictions and, gambling and things like that, those are all grounds for terminating a marriage. You try the forgiveness route, you try the compassion, you try the whole stand by your man bullshit, though I'm not into that at all. And then you overcome your ego and if it's worth it, you work through it. But these men who cheat on pregnant women, my God, you can't even keep it zipped for 9 months and take care of yourself or, it's the most vile, low vibe, scummy thing to do to someone. And Jesus, if Rihanna's getting cheated on, and we know the Kardashians get cheated on left and right, what the hell hope do the rest of us normal women have? Jesus, I keep invoking the Lord's name in vain because it's worth, being a little outrageous and saying the things on, I'm looking for a non-cheating man, an actual honest man, not one who cheats on his pregnant wife with a porn star or her assistant or the nanny or fill in the blank. That is the time where you're supposed to feel most secure and protected and provided for, and you can nest and rest and incubate this life inside you. And some guy that is supposed to be your partner and your person is out sticking it in someone else. That's lousy. That's really low. I'm going to say it because a lot of women will just go, oh, well, men are men. Boys will be boys. And they'll just go, yeah, what do you expect? I expect better from you guys. I do. That is naive of me and foolish because you're not showing me better. But level up. Raise the bar. Keep it zipped. And don't treat your person like that. It's just it's beyond cruel. It really is evil. Really is evil to cheat when there's an established connection and commitment. I just can't imagine how rampant that is. And that's the part of me that just goes, why would you do that? What is the payoff for that? What is the gain? Is that some kind of rebellion? Just because I can? Or is that you are really that sleazy and really that immature and that stunted and that broken that you can't see down the line of the repercussions of that and that you're risking everything? And is it just the thrill of potentially getting caught? And I don't get it. I really don't understand that mentality whatsoever. And it is so rampant, not just in Hollywood where we see it more, but on the planet, in the world, that it's a weakness. It's a deep weakness. And it shows, again, it's a broken boy, not a man who would hurt his person like that. And his own soul, really, because that's not great. So there we go. That's my rant on cheating. Don't do it. Or do it and then deal with your consequences and accept the consequences that you blew it, literally, by getting blown. Excuse me. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Temporary pleasure for infinite, permanent pain. I don't get it. I will never get it. I will never understand, and I don't even know if I want to. Just that Esther Perel was talking about. Infidelity can bring people together and make them stronger. Really? That's a nice spin. That's a nice spin on sin. Whatever. Nobody's perfect, but you can be better than that, can't you? Or maybe not. Maybe that's all you're capable of. Who am I to judge? I'm not God. Oh, man. God's probably going to come back as a woman. Jesus will come back as a woman, and everybody will be like, why'd she wait so long? What's her motive? She's a gold digger. She's just a clout chaser. She's looking for attention. And she'll be like, okay, I'll see you guys in another 2,000 years. You're not ready yet. Not ready for all this. I'm not saying I'm Jesus or God. Everybody fucking chill out. I'm just saying, we still have a very misogynistic, crazy, outdated, antiquated attitudes towards women. Submit? No. Sit and spin. How about that? Surrender? If there were actual leaders, if there were actual divine, masculine, confident, comfortable in their own skin leaders who didn't have to compete with women and put on dresses and lipstick, that would be interesting. And no offense to people who are actually trans rather than just, posturing. I know it's a real thing. I just think it's not quite as rampant as it is, and it's become trendy, and there is an agenda to sort of don't put girls in breast binders and boys tucking their penis. That's just like foot binding and corsets. Come on, let's evolve. Let's outgrow that shit. And you don't even have to think about gender. You shouldn't even have to think about gender until, you're older, not a little kid where you're practically just out of diapers and you just want to run around and play and have fun. And sometimes you want to be a tomboy and climb trees and skin knees, and other times you want to be a girly girl and wear your pretty lipstick and your dress. And it's all okay. I don't think we need to cut off our breasts and our dicks to do it. That's me. A little old school. This is how I was born this way. All right? All right, you guys. You're loved no matter what kind of body you're in, whatever kind of skin you're in. Just love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it the best you can. And when you don't, you recalibrate and you come back and you do the best you can. But you can do better too. Jesus, just keep it zipped. All right.